down in the area where they have the boxed lunches set up down at the end of the row. So we're going to have a very crowded situation here as everybody starts to gather in front of our booth, in front of the RSBN We Are America Radio joint booth here on Broadcast Row or Media Row. It used to be called Radio Row. We've got the video camera that is streaming, and we are.
It's not showing. It's not showing on your
trying to ascertain what's going on in front of our booth right now.
You only have one live, and that is
she's here.
The general session.
We've got Dan Adams, who is controlling the equipment and all our electronics, and we've had some different issues with bandwidth this year, which we will be talking about to the staff after the event or whenever we get that opportunity. But as of right now, we're using what we can to try and bring out as much.
He says it's on, but I don't
information as we can.
Let's take it's live on the camera. So
all right, let's do this and see where we are. And just give me a second, ladies and gentlemen. I'm trying to find this, and I believe this is it right here. I'm waiting for that one little piece. And we will see.
It's not here.
I know you got it. Okay. I just did the search for RSBN. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, as we move along here, we've got some other guests scheduled for you coming up in a few minutes or a few. This gets a little fluid here. Sometimes people line up slots on Radio Row, and other times impromptu guests come.
We try to add space on here so that we aren't bombarded with a whole lot of interviews, all one after one after one after one. So that's why we did the 5-minute interlude here and 5-minute interlude there, and so that and some of these have like 15 minutes. So and that's only because when you're doing like 4 hours worth of 4 hours worth, you have to have some time to pull yourself back. I don't know where Liz and Margaret are right now to kind of spell us a little bit, so we're going to keep on going.
You see some interesting outfits at CPAC. You see some people in some
red, white, and
highly patriotic gear, but they take it to the next level and like wear those what's that called, them yoga pants or things. You got to wonder sometimes, but the weather's beautiful, so there's a venue outside that's set up right here on the harbor. It seems like the mood is pretty upbeat.
And if you didn't hear, they think somebody committed suicide last night, just a couple of yards away from the CPAC building. As a matter of fact, somebody jumped off the roof of Bobby McKee's. That's where we used to hold the blogger awards here at CPAC. They didn't have them this year, but we used to have the blogger. That's where we won Podcast of the Year, as a matter of fact.
I was going to say, we actually won an award there.
Yep, we won Podcast
a couple
of the
years
Year.
ago.
Yep, sure did. Hey, Dan. See if that's Mark. I don't think that's Mark, but okay, all right. They found the body this morning. People were walking toward CPAC, the CPAC general session this morning, and they found the body. So
that was probably pretty traumatic too. I mean, that kind of
I would think so.
Event is not pretty.
Yeah, and I do want to go back and say, we look condolences to the Combs family once again, the Crowley family. I thought Alan Combs was married to Monica Crowley.
I was wondering why you kept saying Crowley. Explain that.
He was married to Monica Crowley's sister.
Oh, I see.
Or at least that's what I read this morning. Monica Crowley's sister. later on this afternoon, if I could ever get some time, I need to go and register for my speaker badge, because I'll be speaking later on tonight, later on this evening with Sonny Johnson in one of these rooms, right here.
And what's that topic?
Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. I know that. Don't you just love when people stare at you like you're some kind of animal at the zoo? They stare at you, but they really don't know whether or not they can say anything to you.
Yeah. And I'm sitting there thinking, all right, they know me, and I don't know who the hell this is.
Yeah.
That happens to me all the time.
What really gets me is, yes, I know a lot of people come up and say, "Hey, Wayne, how you doing?" Okay, but when you broadcasting live, they want to come behind and hug you behind the table,
text you.
I love you, I do, I really do, but we're trying to do something here.
Yeah, it can be very distracting, especially when there's 100 people around you at all times.
And believe me, we're really trying to reach out to a lot of people. We're really trying. Chrissy was able to do a lot of the scheduling already, so we're packed for today. We're here until about 2:00, and then after that, we might be going into the general session to write some blogs or whatnot, but I don't even know if there's anybody behind us. But there was somebody here this morning, right?
Yes, there was. There was somebody here this morning, and they broke down, and instead of Dan and I just went ahead and set the banner up because they were elderly, and that was probably the easiest way to go. It was just to set it up. Took us 5 minutes, so sometimes you just got to do what you got to do, and then we never got on the air anyway.
Again, we apologize for the connection. This is honestly, this is our first time ever doing a video out here.
At the convention it was no problem. Went right up. Then here it just seemed to be a little bit substandard, and I guess this is considered Radio Row.
Which is Radio Row?
I don't know. The connection we got.
I don't even know. I don't even know what this connection really is bad. It's bad. Even the GOP connection was better than this. The GOP convention.
It was perfect for video.
Yeah. Now we did find out that if we wanted our own connection for Ethernet, it costs about $1,300 a day, ladies and gentlemen. So if you are watching, if right now if you're watching YouTube, you need to start donating to RSBN because
we're calling CPAC and ask them, why does it cost that much?
Yeah, well, yeah,
it doesn't cost that much for my house.
$1,300 for a connection.
That's a year for the house.
$1,300
in the middle of DC.
That's like 3 years worth.
Yeah,
that's like 3 years worth of internet. $1,300.
And if you're looking at the camera, ladies and gentlemen, you can see the guy putting eye drops in his eyes and all that. But that's just
there's a lot of Never Trumpers still here, and for the most part, they and the real funny, strange thing. Put your earphones on for a second because
this is going to be one of those segments.
Yep, it's going to be one of those segments.
Yo, what's up?
Check this out. We have so many Never Trumpers here right now.
Yep.
And these are people that unfollowed, blocked.
Right.
Rumor mills.
Mm-hmm.
Groups.
Come run up hugging you and everything.
And they're coming up hugging.
Yeah. Right.
It's like, forget all that mess. Sorry. I don't forget that.
I wasn't Christian. Remember that part?
Yeah, man. Nope. No, hey, look, God saved me, but he didn't say to be stupid.
Now, you're saying that. Okay, I get it. Because as it was stated earlier, you were one of the first ones, really, to be the I guess within the grassroots people out here, if you want to call it, that jumped on not jumped. That's not even a jump. You knew what was going to happen as far as Donald Trump being the next president of the United States of America.
Right.
You were there at the beginning. Now, for all those folks, as you just said, coming up, you being fake Nate right now. That's what we say in the hood.
Man, they're fake.
Okay, they ain't even fake news. They fake Nate. Okay?
Yeah.
And okay, you can come up and say, don't act like we just had dinner or lunch today. Okay, and we chatted and everything's cool, because it's not.
It's not cool. It's not cool. I mean, what's his name? Dan. What's his name? He lost 3 times that he ran for Congress.
Bongino.
That's right. I called him out. Yeah. Can't even win. Whatever.
We got to buy some sandbags, man. If he keeps thinking,
unfollowed me because I was supporting Donald Trump. Unfollow me, and then he reaches across the thing this morning. Hey, how you doing, Wayne? So I looked at him dead in his eye. I'm shaking his head. Yeah, right. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
All right. Look, God don't like ugly at any time of the week. At any time of the day, God don't like ugly. He don't.
Yep.
He don't.
He don't. Mm-mm.
So, Mona.
Hi.
I'm pissed off at Mona too.
I'm sorry, everybody. I went MIA.
Mona left the Wayne Dupree Show. Yeah,
never will leave you. I just had to take a breather.
I was like, "Where's Mona at?"
Yeah, I know.
I disappeared.
So, but no.
But where was the Amber Alert? You never sent the Amber Alert for me.
You leave. No.
I would never leave you. You know that for a fact. I would never leave you.
No, we were just talking about there's a lot of never Trumpers here. And some of them are showing just how assy they are by not saying anything, just walking away. I could deal with that because
they have nothing to say, but keep going.
Whatever. But I'm talking about the ones that are coming up and shaking your hand. Hey, how you doing? I don't want to shake your hand. I really don't. I'd
rather shake Bernie Sanders' hands any day.
You're going to block. You're going to unfollow me on social media. You're going to block me on social media.
And then talk bad about us.
Talk bad. Yeah. Start rumor mills. Start these little behind the scenes groups and everything. Mm-hmm. And then then you're going to show up at an event. Honestly, you don't have to talk to me. I didn't lose any sleep. I didn't stop eating. I didn't stop drinking water, juice, I didn't stop doing all that stuff because y'all had an attitude. Mm-hmm. I made a decision. Y'all made y'all decision. Mm-hmm. When I decided I like Donald Trump.
We went with the arithmetic. You went with whatever.
We went with common sense. Y'all went with your heart.
What heart?
I heard Michael Savage say one time, he was like, either you want to be right or you want to be smart. Either you want to be right or you want to be smart. Can't be both. And so many people wanted to be right instead of being smart. And when you have Donald Trump that's beating the pants off of people week after week, and you see where everything is starting to fall, many people's eyes were closed as to what was going on, or they were just pushing to the side. It ain't really happening, but it was happening. Mm-hmm. Each day, these GOP politicians now. Again, Donald Trump is not a politician. He's not a politician. Did he make some mistakes? Yes. Yes, because he's not a politician. He's a regular person.
Mm-hmm.
But did it hurt him? Not even a little bit.
No. You know why? Because a whole lot of people that decided, you know what? I'm going to go with him. Those are the people, you know what? He talks like me.
I've done that too.
He talks like me.
And that's what scared them the most. And that's why they went crazy. And they didn't want that. They wanted the politically correct, do what I say, here's the money, the lobbying money. And he was not taking their money. And on top of that, they were helping feeding the media to give that narrative.
Right. Exactly. So, Honestly, I am fine here at CPAC. We're just my buddies. I don't need people to be walking up and giving me hugs. And one person, Evan, this morning. I'm trying to fix stuff this morning. Yeah, well, look, we got a lot of material, especially from last night.
You know, the thing is about Evan, let me just give you
Wait, the comedian guy?
I saw him out front about an hour before he came here. And he was really talking you up and stuff. But I knew that you were under pressure. We were trying, ladies and gentlemen.
We were trying.
We couldn't get this thing on the air to save our butts.
Yeah.
And he came up right at that time. And I tried to stop him. I said, hey, we got pressure here. This ain't good.
I just want a hug. He came up to me, ladies and gentlemen. He came up to me, and I was like, I'm trying to get this. Oh, you mean just because you were named one of the top black 50 Republicans yesterday in Newsmax, things are different. I looked at him like, I cannot believe you just said that.
And I just told him that outside.
I cannot believe.
I mean? So that was me.
I can't believe you just said that.
He got that from. I felt bad,
I
but
think he was jealous.
we have
it's like
work to do.
You know, I'm not like that. But you see us. We're not sitting down at the table. We don't have our headphones on. We're trying to get the stuff together.
Right.
You know, and then when he just threw that up there, I was like, no, forget it.
Bye, Felicia.
Yeah.
He's a good guy, though. The guy's getting ready to be a... All right.
Next thing.
It's his show.
Well, we gotta get ready for this whole quote unquote Breitbart battle with Reince Priebus and all Steve Bannon's about to happen in a few.
Oh, okay.
Oh, they go.
Yeah, it's at 1. They're gonna have a panel, moderation panel. I think Matt Schlepp is gonna be the moderator, and they're gonna have a discussion.
That'll be interesting.
Yeah, it'd be very interesting.
Yeah, but you should see the media reports. Oh, the Breitbart battle's about to begin. Let's see what happens.
Oh, no, they're not.
What kind of battle?
Because you remember,
they work together.
They work together now, but back then, Bannon used to be with Breitbart. Reince was with the RNC. Bannon, Breitbart didn't like RNC with the whole notion, so Trump came along. Trump is the reason what saved the Republican Party.
If anybody brings that up, that's stupid. Seriously, that's stupid. Yeah. If they bring, because the big story is Trump brought them together.
Yeah.
So
and don't get the credit for it either.
But there's reports.
Yeah, right.
You don't get the credit for it.
There's stories going around that they're fighting with each other in the White House. Blah blah blah. That's all negative stuff.
Well, they'll work together in that panel. I'm sure that's probably the mission.
I mean, they've been working together since, trying to get when Bannon went on board to help get Trump elected. If it wasn't for Bannon and Kelly and Conway,
And really, if you look at that dynamic, there was a point in time in the campaign where Donald Trump started stuttering about the immigration. It was one day. It was less than one day. It was 3 hours when he said that, maybe I'm going to back down on this. And I guarantee you that Stephen K. Bannon took Kellyanne Conway and said, stop it.
Right.
Because an hour later, that was done.
Right.
I read something where now, I don't believe that they took her off TV or anything like that because she was on Hannity last night. So
talking about it.
It had to be fake news, what I read last night.
Yeah.
They're having fake news saying that, she's begging producers to go on the show.
Morning Joe? Morning Joe said that.
Yeah.
Morning Joe has a syphilis problem. I mean, a disease problem.
I'm just waiting for him to actually have the balls to go up to Sean Hannity and defend himself. But you can't go up against Sean Hannity.
He can't.
Because I would be there to knock him out for Sean Hannity.
Look. Joe Scarborough can't defend himself
if life depended on it.
Yeah, because of that intern that they found dead in his office.
That always sucks.
You heard what they said. You wrote about this yesterday. We're the media. We're supposed to feed you the information. We're supposed to corrupt your mind.
Mika, she was drunk when she said it. She was drunk. I'm serious.
We all know why Mika got a job.
At 6 o'clock in the morning.
Nepotism. Thank you.
Yeah,
Zabigny.
That's the only reason she got a job.
Yeah.
Who is drinking at 6 o'clock in the morning?
Somebody named Zabigny. And Rudka.
Mika. So, but Dan.
Yes,
Dan, when it comes down to the media and these fake stories, they are reaching a certain sect where people are listening to. I mean, You can go in the hood, and the hood will tell you exactly what you hear on CNN. Well, again, the only reason why people watch CNN is because it's in the prisons, grocery stores,
The bars,
gyms. And listen,
and
ladies
in the
and
welfare office. I hate to say that.
if you are welfare office and liquor stores, if you, ladies and gentlemen, if you download a universal remote on your cell phone,
Here we go.
you can change the channel when y'all go to these places.
Oh, look, our former friend is right there.
Who's that?
Ted Cruz.
Huh?
Ted Cruz.
Oh, there he is.
You think he's gonna go on? Should we get him on? What do you think? What do you think, audience? Audience, is somebody checking the comments?
Go ahead.
Let me go talk to Captain Frazier.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ted Cruz has entered
5 minutes. 5 minutes.
media row. What am I going to ask him? I'm going to be respectful.
Yeah.
I got nothing to say.
You
to
got to
him.
go over here first.
You remember?
And then come over here first.
You remember-
and then next.
He's running to Facebook. The
Yeah.
Facebook that blocks conservative media, you're running to them.
Well,
Pop me kettle.
Ted Cruz blocked me down in Hutch in Ohio. Oh, and I do remember that.
Yes.
I do remember that.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Ted Cruz
Ted
right
Cruz.
there.
Pressure on that. I
This is
appreciate
what
that.
it's like when you don't care about a guy coming by.
Yeah.
That everybody else. Former Senator Ted Cruz, ladies and gentlemen.
Wasn't he running for something?
He's gonna run. He's gonna run next year for his house, his Senate seat. He's going after the. He's going
Talk
to go
into the
against.
mic.
He's gonna go. Against the Castro brothers. One of them. They're running against him.
In where? Texas?
Yeah. Where else? Canada.
Oh, the Castro. The Castro twins.
Yeah.
They're shuffling him by us like he's a prisoner.
Ladies and gentlemen, the shade that we're getting right now is Senator Ted Cruz from Texas.
I don't have any problem with the guy. He'd be a good Supreme Court guy.
He should.
You know what?
Does he have any friends in the Senate yet?
Hey, Senor Cruz.
Only Mike Lee.
Mike Lee.
Hey, Senor Cruz.
There's a winner. Look at him all happy. Look at him. Oh, he's cheesing.
Yeah. Hey, Senor Cruz, why don't you come over here?
That's funny how the guy took a picture with him.
You take pictures.
Took a picture with him. The guy had his hand around Ted Cruz, and the security guy had a hand on the guy.
He got his hand on it.
He's like making
smooth.
What's he gonna do to him?
He's going to snatch that hand off.
Damn. Tap that bald head security guy. No, I guess not. Mark?
Nah, I might get snatched up, man.
Okay.
Who this?
Mark.
Who that?
Thanks for having me on.
Ladies and gentlemen, coming to the mic here on the Wayne Dupree Show, Mr. Mark Hyden. Death penalty.
Yeah.
Really?
Conservatives concerned about the death penalty. We're
Against the death penalty.
the death penalty risks innocent life, so it can't be pro-life. Costs more than life without parole, so it's not fiscally responsible. And do you really trust our government with this kind of power, considering they can't even launch a healthcare website?
Hold on. I love what you're doing. I love what you're talking about. But you got to explain this one.
Sure.
How does execution cost more than life without parole? That's just not possible.
Legal costs. There's mandated legal costs. That means the
Not
initial
when once the
trial.
light's out, it's out.
I think I fought with this 2 years ago when I was like, if you kill a cop, you said no, they shouldn't get the death penalty. I'm sorry, but if you kill law enforcement, you should get the automatic death penalty.
Sure. I understand that sentiment, but it all
Not
boils
25 to life and with a possible parole.
Yeah, it boils down to collateral damage because innocent lives get caught up in this too. So are you also willing to kill a few innocent lives to be able to execute the worst of the worst? That's tough for us pro-life
But if you
conservatives.
kill a cop, a guy who's sacrificing their life for basically nothing, the money amount they get is nothing, and if you go down the case and like they unlawfully was stopped and they fought and resisted arrest, and the only way to escape was to kill a cop, you're gonna be like, okay, it costs you in jail and costs how much? $60,000 a year to house them?
Plus
as
the
a
appeals and everything
Yes,
else. These are mandated.
Okay, and then how much is like the ejection?
How much is the what?
The death penalty ejection?
It depends
you
on the
just-
state. In between $16,000 and $40,000.
That's the one thing I can only respect about Ted Cruz, because he's introducing a legislation right now that it's the Blue Lives Matter legislation, that if you kill law enforcement, that's it, automatically death penalty. No questions asked. But are you for that or against it? Because I remember we talked about this a year or two ago, and you were like, life is a life. But I'm sorry, that's a piece of life. you kill a cop, that's it, you're done.
Yeah, my dad was a cop when I was a kid, but again, this is a government program, right? Mistakes happen. So if you have that in place...
Mistakes happen that you killed a cop?
Mistakes happen in the process. So are we okay with killing a few innocent people to also be able to kill the most heinous?
So I think when you look at that, you're looking in the past. You're looking before we had DNA evidence. You're looking at prisoners that may already be on death row. The technology has improved to the point we have to decide, is there anything in our society that as a civilized people we feel warrants the death penalty? And I think you will find that the vast majority of people in this country feel that way, myself included.
There aren't a whole lot of... It's not like we were just picking people off the street, death penalty, death penalty, death penalty.
Exactly.
And stacking up. I mean, because the death penalty is one of those things that most people really think about. And they think about it hard before putting it on somebody. Now, in the case of a cop, you're talking about a law enforcement officer that was killed in the line of duty or murdered in the line of duty.
Making $40,000 a year, $50,000.
The highest is about $100K, depending how many years they've been on the job.
So with that, there have to be some deterrents, that scare the hell out of you. That says, you know what, I ain't going down that road because I know what the end is going to be. To be housed or to stay in jail for your lifetime. That's to me, that's really getting off.
Well, there's been a lot of studies on deterrence, and they show there's no credible evidence suggesting that it deters. And in fact, when states repeal the death penalty, their murder rates go down. It's the direct opposite of what you would expect.
In New York, when they removed the death penalty, because not Cuomo, Pataki had the death penalty, and then it was I think it was his face, Mr. Client number 9, removed it. The murder rates went up. The homicide rates went up.
I believe if you look at that the year right afterward, theirs went down, so did New Jersey, Connecticut, New Mexico, and some of the others.
And then the amount of officers that are killed in New York is top 5 in the nation, New York. And I'm not talking about New York City, only the NYPD. Talk about New York State. So let me tell you about this. What about about 2.5 years ago, the 2 cops that were assassinated? If those cops if he didn't kill himself or they found them in the train and he shot him, and he was able to be alive right now, you don't advocate the death penalty?
Well, the death penalty doesn't deter. So, it would be...
The guy assassinated 2 cops.
But the death penalty doesn't deter.
I don't think deterrence is the only reason for it. I mean, and let's not pretend like we have the death penalty now. Because in Pennsylvania, we might have the death penalty, but nobody's been executed for years. I was 18 years old when 2 guys did a triple murder. I'm 55 years old, and they are still in prison. Mm-hmm. The kill for thrill murders, you can look it up. We have the death penalty in Pennsylvania. We just don't use it.
Right.
So how could it be a deterrence? Nobody's getting killed.
The 3 people who were executed in Pennsylvania were actually volunteers. Those are the only ones. But to touch on what you mentioned earlier about the DNA and technology, so, bite mark analysis and hair analysis has been thrown out as being unscientific, and DNA is only found in up to 10% of all capital cases. So most of the time it's not there.
Well,
but now there's, by 2019, every cop around this nation is going to have body cameras. There's cameras everywhere. There's also eyewitness testimony. There's also DNA evidence. The DNA evidence has not gotten worse. Is advanced so high that it's able to solve murder cases from 30 years ago.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and we live in an amazing world.
You put all this together, and we find out this person killed a cop, and the DNA and everything is against them. You're still saying we should house him?
It's about a broad policy, and when you have that broad policy, you empower our government. The government, can't deliver mail. Yeah, I oppose that because innocent lives will
It's going by
happen.
The jury. The jury is going to decide. It's not by the government. The government is going to decide.
It's a government system run by government officials.
Of course, this is democracy. We need a government. We're advocating for less, but we're not giving the government the power to be like, okay, you kill a cop, you should automatically get the death penalty. That's part of the legislation. But you're saying that, forget about the jury system and everything? We should just house them?
I mean, you still have to go through a jury trial to get to life without parole.
Right.
But over 156 people have been wrongly convicted through that jury system and sentenced to die. I don't want those people executed.
I'm talking about a different situation. I'm talking about a cop. I'm not talking about, depending on the murder. And I hate to say this.
I'm talking about the family. I'm talking about the innocent people.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
When you get a family that gets rolled on and they kill the whole family.
Sure. I mean,
this happens.
There are terrible acts, and I'll be the first to tell you that. My heart goes out to these people. But some of our biggest supporters are murder victims' family members, because they say the way the system is structured, they have to relive the worst moments of their lives over and over again. And in the end, it's the offender who becomes a household name, whereas the victim is generally forgotten.
You know what? We really want to bring you on for a longer interview. Get some questions from the audience. How can people reach out to you on social media?
We're on Twitter. It's at CCATDP or Facebook.com/CCATDP.
Mark, listen. This has been spirited, and you look. You got a job ahead of you, man. But you already said that you have a lot of support and everything behind you. So let's continue this past CPAC.
Let's do it.
And have a little dialogue. And
we respect your opinion. I mean, we have ours.
Yeah.
You have yours.
We're not liberals. We're not liberals, and we're not gonna be like protest you or riot against you. But we're gonna debate you.
I appreciate that.
The only way we're gonna riot against you, we'll probably murder you with a debate. That's the only way I can say it.
Well, good thing I oppose the death penalty.
I do not oppose the death penalty because of a cop. Sorry.
But
thank you.
But thank you for joining us.
Hey, thanks for having me on. Let's do it again.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Mark Hayden. And we're going to try to have him. Well, actually, we are going to have him back on our radio show, and you'll be able to call in, talk to him about.
That'll be a good one.
That'll be a real good one. Mona, you calm down a little bit.
No.
There was a cameraman with the big camera right here. About halfway through that, he was gone.
I know. Yeah. He was like, "Yeah, this is gonna be good," and then all of a sudden, cut. Yeah, he cut. No. I mean, but look, I am for the death penalty in the right situations. I
am too. You don't want to see somebody get falsely convicted.
Nobody is going through America just killing people. They are just pulling people up on the street and say, "Oh, death penalty."
I think the only state that really uses it is Texas. I mean, you hear that every other week.
Well, you have to. All those Mexicans down here.
Pennsylvania.
So wait, he's the Republicans against death penalty? That's what they're called?
Yeah.
She's looking it up. She's like,
I'm not. I'm putting it on Twitter.
I'm
putting it on the Twitter.
I could be, a those Julios down there.
Vato. Riba.
Come over here.
Come on, man. This isn't Black Lives Matter.
Come over here.
They think that,
the people in Texas,
when black folk wake up and walk out in the street, that they're going to get shot because they black.
Yeah, and I feel sorry for them, too. I feel sorry for them because
that's just...
I wake up in the morning and I go outside. I'm going to 7-Eleven. I ain't scared of no police because I ain't done nothing wrong. Exactly. And I'm driving down the street and I ain't afraid of... I mean... Isn't it funny how those people get on TV and they say, the police are hunting blacks? I'm like, wait a minute, I drive every day.
But those are the ones that go out there and the fenders are two different colors, smoke's blowing out the tailpipe, the plate's all wrong, you know what I mean, windshield crack, and they're driving in the wrong lane. Then they went, woo.
And then, why you pulling me over? Why you pulling me over?
Yeah, it's like... So, ladies and gentlemen, we got Mark Levin over to our in our next booth.
Wait there with Kurt Schilling.
Kurt Schilling?
Yeah, that's Kurt Schilling.
He's got his own show now on Breitbart, and there's rumors that he's going to run against Pocahontas up in Massachusetts.
Yeah, I know he's a Red Sox guy, but whatever. I'm a Yankees guy.
Now that's a boom mic.
Which one? Oh, yeah. That up there? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's a road, too. That's not a cheap mic there.
Is Kurt doing the interview, or was Mark doing the interview?
Mark. It's Mark's show.
Kurt. Got it. We're gonna have Kurt Schilling over here in just a few minutes. Bring your white tail over here.
Why is it always got to be racial?
I don't know, white.
See, I'm feeling a little bit
racial and religious.
Racial, yeah. Praise the Lord Jesus, white boy.
Come on now, we got to bring him into the fold.
I keep telling him that he's a brother. He know he a brother.
Yeah. I'm gonna get my cowboy hat.
But he ain't been dunked yet.
Oh, really?
He ain't been dunked into the wall this summer.
Well, he don't wear. He don't wear no suits.
I was in my own way.
He don't wear no suits.
I thought we had like other staffies with us for this.
We did. Yeah, I thought so too.
I'm gonna head out.
Yes, we did.
Betsy DeVos is about to speak, and then it's my former boss Bannon. That whole debate showdown, and I'll be back.
All right, Mona.
Mona Slama, ladies and gentlemen.
Love you guys.
Hey, don't get lost again.
I won't.
Okay. Don't get lost again.
I thought I seen her on a milk cart.
I was just about to say that. I was just about to say that, Hutch.
Okay.
Hope we'll see you on the milk cart.
Gail.
I know.
Gail.
Let me in a vodka bottle.
No. Gail Trotter. Waiting for Gail Trotter. You want me?
Yeah, he wanted to get a soundbite. He's with Cox Media about abolishing the death penalty. So I don't know. That's up to y'all if Hutch you want to.
Give it to him.
I don't want to get him sick or anybody else sick.
See what you think about that. If I can
Yeah.
So you know,
volume to your show.
everything is so
He's
fluid
from Pennsylvania.
Here, ladies and
He'll
Yes.
give you a good one.
Pittsburgh? WPSI.
Yes,
Make sure he's on.
We're going to get him.
Make sure he's on.
that is classic.
Homeboy.
That is
Homeboy.
classic.
There we go.
Oh, see, I didn't even know because he said he was from Cox Media. He didn't say he was
When
from
I heard
WPXI.
Yeah.
Oh, he put a fast one on the brother.
Ladies and gentlemen, Hutch Bailey Jr. is going to be on TV.
Yes, he is.
And we've all been on TV before. So now Hutch doesn't make himself available for it.
Just right.
But look, can y'all see him right now? Can y'all see Hutch during the interview?
And what's crazy is Hutch for the times I've done and do these. Excuse me, have done these shows with y'all. There've been instances where Hutch, we all know, if you know Hutch, he's a smoker. And
Yes,
times
Lord.
he's been away, tooting away, where he could have had a prime either interview or run in with somebody or this or that.
Mm-hmm.
So pray for Hutch. Pray for Hutch that he can stop smoking. So it's come to the point now that we are here continuing the fluid coverage here at CPAC 2017 or 2017, whatever way you want to say it. And this is the Wayne Dupree Show. Yours truly, Dan Adams, a.k.a. the Soulful Conservative. And we are in the midst of some crowd movement here. We had, as Wayne said earlier, we have Mark Levin next to us here. He's doing his Levin TV live here at CPAC.
Who's that?
That's just Mark Levin. He's just shaking hands and taking pictures. And
Hey, do me a favor. Tap him on the shoulder and ask him, does he want to do 5 minutes with Paul Revere?
5 minutes with Paul Revere.
Wayne Dupree. Tap him on the shoulder.
You want me to go up and tap the shoulder of Mark Levin? Mm-hmm. In the midst of him taking pictures and photographs and handshakes.
Yeah. Let him know Wayne Dupree wants him for an interview for 5 minutes.
All right. Let's see what happens.
Okay.
If I get snatched up, it's on you.
Oh, you won't. Believe me, you won't. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Dan Adams is going over to see if we can get Mark Levin to sit down and talk with us for about 5 minutes. So, we got to... Dan, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching the RSBN feed here. Again, we apologize for the video quality, but hopefully you can hear us without any problems and any hiccups. Hutch, I sent in. Thank you, man. Make sure that's on TV.
It's going to be on those 10 stations today.
Thank you, sir.
Is it going to be on Channel 11?
Theirs will look better than mine. It's the only guarantee I'll get. Yeah. Yes, I think it will be on Channel 11.
All right. Thank you. Oh, boy.
There we go.
Okay. I'm going to be a local hero.
All right.
Hi, Mr. Dupree. I'm your 1 p.m.
Okay, Gail. Go ahead, sit down. Ladies and gentlemen, we have Gail Trotter sitting down with us. Gun rights, gun violence in the United States. Gail, first off, the liberals have been pushing out this gun. What was it? Gun protect.
Well, they're starting to do all kind of things.
What's it called? Though?
Gun safety?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. They don't realize that guns actually allow us to be safe,
right,
particularly for women, because in the United States, over 90% of violent crime occurs without a firearm being used.
Isn't that crazy?
So in over 90% of the situations, the victim could have a firearm, could reverse the balance of power. But unfortunately, the leftist Democratic Party wants to deny people a fundamental constitutional right that is written in the black letter of our Constitution.
I'll tell you, one of the things that offends me the most is traveling. I'm a concealed carry permit holder. I have been for a long time.
That's great.
And I carry. But I can't come to my nation's capital. At my nation's capital, I have no Second Amendment rights. That offends me.
Right, and here it should be the model of freedom and liberty for the entire country and honestly for the world as well. And when we've seen national security threats like ISIS saying that they were going to target New York and D.C. and come here and stage terrorist attacks, this was particularly prevalent about a year and a half ago, and to understand that the police cannot be everywhere, even with a large police force in Washington, D.C. If we had people who were more able to have concealed carry permits and carry in the nation's capital, then anyone who wanted to do anything violent in our nation's capital wouldn't know who would be able to stop them. It would be a big deterrent.
I was just reading this morning. There are some judges that are ruling against Let's see, what was it? The Baltimore Sun, as a matter of fact, put out the. I'm sorry. Put out a story. The Baltimore Sun put out a story about judges right now that are restrictive. They're passing laws to restrict gun ownership in 5 states. One of them is Maryland, as a matter of fact, which surprised me because I was like, y'all doing this right now while President Trump is president. You know that's going to change sooner or later. Why even attempt to do that?
That's right, because they are not going to give up, they are not going to back down, and they're going to try and use emotional stories to convince people that guns actually make them less safe, when the truth is guns make everybody safer, but they particularly make women safer.
Right.
And they want to knock down that very simple proposition. And when they talk about this whole discussion, they say, well, if you have a gun in the home, you're more likely to be a victim of domestic violence. And, what about toddlers who come across a gun and injure themselves or someone else? Well, when you look at the situation where you have an intruder into the home, in less than 1% of those cases, when someone is defending themselves in their home with a firearm, is someone injured or killed. So just think about that. If you have access to the weapon, then you have the ability to display it. Don't have to fire it at all, but it gives the person an immediate increase in the risk that they undertake in order to finish their crime. And all of these people who are out there in the media trying to scare women, scare mothers, and scare Americans into passing these restrictions that are, they'll say, oh, they're common sense restrictions. They're not common sense.
Right,
they defy common sense.
Exactly.
And so that has to be forcefully opposed all the time, not just by organized groups that are trying to pay attention to all these laws that you're talking about, but average citizens, because this is the underlying constitutional right which guarantees all of our other rights. And if you don't believe me, look at the history of the 20th century. If you look at Armenia, when they were trying to commit a genocide, the Armenian genocide, the Armenians' rights to access guns were taken away. If you look at Nazi Germany,
yeah, exactly right.
The Jews who were in places where they had access to firearms lived longer and had a higher survival rate than the Jews whose weapons were confiscated. If you look at the history of the Soviet Union, same thing. If the people do not have the ability to oppose tyrannical governments, then they will be oppressed. And if you're a minority, if you're an unpopular religious group, if you have something where the government can target you, then if you do not have the ability to defend yourself, then you are a sitting duck. And we had over 70 million people murdered in the 20th century by repressive governments whose first step was to restrict gun access by citizens.
Thank you, Gail. I'm Liz Willis with Right Side Broadcast Network. So you're an attorney and a political activist. What do you think that the presidents should be required to release their tax returns?
Well, that's a great question. In my practice, I'm a tax attorney, so pay a lot of attention to tax laws. And I think that's an excellent question because we have had that debated so much during this last presidential election because typically candidates do release their tax returns. It is not required. I do not believe
that started in the 70s, right?
Right. There should not be a law requiring candidates to disclose their tax returns or their financial. Donald Trump did provide financial information, but he did not release his tax returns. His excuse for that was that he was under audit. But the truth is, President Trump tore up the political campaign playbook. And he did not want to be embarrassed. He did not want to be attacked based on his tax returns. And you think about, he is the first elected president who has not had military experience or political experience. How stunning is it? And he has never been elected to any other political office. So I think he took a calculated risk and said, the American people don't really care about my taxes, the ones who are going to vote for me. And he did not want to allow the opposition to turn that into a battering ram to kill his campaign before it could even take any type of flight off the ground. So while I don't think that's a good idea for him not to have released his tax returns, I think that kind of disclosure is good. I do think we should continue to keep it voluntary.
And you saying that you think it's going to continue to be voluntary. Going forward, the playbook has been changed, so do you expect future candidates to drop their tax returns? Or?
Right. Well, I think if you give the long view of most political candidates for the White House have a long and storied politician career, then their ability to release their tax returns is much easier because generally they've had one or two sources of income. They probably have, their government salary from their political office, and then they have probably speaking engagements, which you can kind of all lump into one area. Mm-hmm. So it's much easier for them to release that information. But for a businessman, particularly a billionaire, his tax returns are completely complicated. And when you look at the accusation that he didn't pay any taxes for several years because he had a net operating loss that he was able to carry forward year and year again, the problem with that kind of criticism is that anybody who's involved in politics who has that level of wealth, they use every tax ability, every tax deduction, every tax credit that is available to them. So you think of someone on the left, like Warren Buffett, who's one of the top billionaires in the entire world. He argues that we should increase taxes, but when he's given the chance to actually just donate some of his money to our Department of Treasury, he refuses. And in his business deals, particularly with the Burger King deal, he took advantage of a tax device called a corporate inversion, which he is out there all the time saying, our taxes are too low, the rich aren't paying their fair share. And yet, when he has the opportunity in his business to not take advantage of some of these business-friendly type strategies that are out there, he takes advantage of them. So it's very hypocritical for people who want more taxes and they say the wealthy are not paying their fair share. They don't take advantage of that when they have the opportunity to actually take of their own money and contribute it to the government's cause.
Before I let you go, I have a question from the chat room. Ask about the issue on people on Social Security, disability, gun control restriction that was brought up a while ago.
Right, that is a great issue. So this has been a matter of contention too, and it's not only with Social Security and people who have had some kind of mental health episode. People on the left would like to restrict your constitutional rights based on any type of medical or mental health issue that you've had in your entire life. So say you had, depression at one point, but it was something that you were able to overcome with medicine. Should you be denied until you're 100 years old of having your fundamental constitutional right? That's one example. Another example is if you live in public housing. Right. There have been lots of court cases about public housing. Do people who have fallen down on their luck and they're taking advantage of public housing to get themselves back on their feet, they're taking that advantage, do they lose their fundamental right to protect themselves and their families? And I would say no. That is not right. That is not just. And all Americans should be upset about that.
How can people get in contact with you on social media?
Thank you for asking. I have a website, GailTrotter.com, Gail with a Y. You can also like my public page on Facebook, and I tweet a lot at Gail with a Y Trotter.
Gail, we want to have you back on the show for a longer interview, and because I see some more questions in the chat room.
Great.
But we're going to have you back on so that people can call in and ask you some questions.
Fabulous.
Is that okay?
I would love that.
Okay, let's do that. Thank you, Gail.
Thank you for having me. Great to meet you.
Gail. It's
Gail
great
Trotter.
to hear a woman attorney speaking Second Amendment rights.
Thank you. Don't let anybody take your rights away.
There we go. Thank you so much. Gail Trotter. And remember, GailTrotter.com, GailTrotter.com. Make sure you check out her Facebook, her website. And when we get her on the show, you'll be able to come by and ask her questions. And thanks for those questions in the chat room. We can't get to all the questions, but I want to thank you for asking those questions. We have about another 45 minutes to go before we shut it down for the day. And we want to thank Maggie and Liz for showing up.
Right Side Broadcast Network is so happy to be here.
You know, I'm happy to get a word in. I'm Margaret Howell, the Washington, D.C. correspondent for Right Side Broadcasting Network. What a fantastic person we were sitting next to, somebody who promotes the Second Amendment. You know, Liz, I was thinking about it. Those liberals, they get into education with young children. They want to take away critical thinking. They want to take away our guns, our ability to defend ourselves. They want to take away our money. I had so many questions for her regarding Treasury and simplifying the tax code and
brilliant.
What we're going to do about this. And Trump just appointed Mnuchin, who promised to simplify the tax code and make it easy for people. And we know that those tax brackets, there are 4 of them. 3 of them affect the middle class, which is you and I, and we're paying the brunt. She was talking about Warren Buffett. In comparison to Warren Buffett, we're promoting, you know, these rogue liberal policies, you know, the open border. We're all paying for it. And this expert over here, you know, there's so many things that we could be talking about with her. And forgive me for jumping in, but it just, that Second Amendment. I'm a young woman. I've never owned a gun. And this past year alone,
come shopping with me, Maggie. Come to Georgia. Let's get you a gun.
I want a Beretta for my birthday.
Oh, I want a Beretta too. I just got a
you.
Ruger LC9, but Beretta is next.
We're gonna take Wayne shooting with us.
I still need.
But hey, let me tell you something. I'm an expert, man. I'm an expert. I when I was in the military, I got expert on the M16 and the 38 all together, but it was by accident. Quick story. I went into the military to become a cardiopulmonary respiratory specialist, and I messed up, and I didn't take the studying like I should have, so I failed the basic training test. But they kept me.
Happens to the best of us.
You know, it's like, wait a minute. There's a test after all that? A written test? Are y'all serious? So I failed that, and then I lost my job. So they tried to get me in as a security policeman. Well, I told them, like, no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to go to war. You know, so that thing. So bottom line is, they made me go out to the gun range, and the counselor was like, listen, I'm not going to tell you to do this, but don't qualify. And they'll put you into something else. Really? Yes. He gave me great information. He didn't tell me that they were going to send me out there all week long. I was there for 7 days. I mean, they had their experts helping me to qualify.
You know.
And every day I went out there, they were changing sights. They were cleaning the gun. They were everything. And I was getting better the whole time. I was getting better. So I failed the final day. I thought I made it, actually, because they had 2 instructors, and the person that was in charge were right behind me watching me. So here I am shooting at the target, doing everything. I can't fake this one now. So but I was a couple of shots away from being a security policeman. But when I got to my duty station, because you have to qualify, I went out there like a gunslinger, man. I was pulling the front, pop, 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 because I'd had all the training now. So now I got an expert in it. I mean, I was shooting behind my back and everything. I'm not playing. I was doing it. And then when I went to Hawaii, they had another expert qualification, got an expert in another gun. And they were like, dude, you really know how to shoot? I said, yeah, it comes all with the upbringing, you know. Never told anybody, well, you know, they had me out there from 8 o'clock to 5 p.m. for 7 straight days.
We need an RSBN shooting day.
I think so, too,
really
and we can record it. I mean, Joe's down for it.
You will lose.
No, you know, Wayne, I think I could take you, actually.
Uh-oh.
You know,
No, she didn't.
I'm just saying.
No, she didn't. No, she didn't. Did she? No, she didn't. Did she just do that? She just challenged me not only in public, but at CPAC.
Twitter picture?
At CPAC. I saw that. I saw it. Well, I saw it.
No,
look. But she was holding it. She wasn't shooting it.
It was just for a photo. Folks out there that have seen my Twitter, I haven't actually shot it. It was not loaded. That was simply, you know, to promote the Second Amendment. I wanted to do my part, and I'm a Constitution lover. And just because I don't shoot doesn't mean I don't love or something.
My gun is so small compared to yours. I would post a picture, but it's just
I had to give that
pathetic.
thing back, Liz. It was on loan.
I'll say this. I was kind of afraid a little bit when I saw that gun. I was like, oh, damn.
It's an intimidating photo.
Yeah, but then my common sense kicked in. I was like, she ain't shooting that gun.
Thank you, Wade.
It's not loaded.
She ain't shooting that gun.
Safety's on.
She may pull one from the ankle. There'll be a little teeny weeny from the ankle, but she ain't shooting that gun. That's one of those guns that take that shoulder out of the socket. Boom! Yeah.
You know what? Or I could just find me a date that knows how to shoot. That's
There you
one
go.
thing,
Yeah.
too.
There you go.
Better
Yeah.
yet.
Need a good man with a gun.
Yep. There you go.
My good man is from Brazil,
take
and
care
they're
of
not
it.
allowed
Yeah.
to have guns.
Yeah.
Just baby him.
Take care of you. What's up, man? How you doing? And that's what I was talking about earlier.
Funny story, kind of sad
Lauren,
story. We got robbed
Dan.
a few days ago.
your
A
phone
few
on.
weeks ago, my family got robbed, and we were able
you
to track down the robbers. They actually stole one of our cars, but we were
That's what I
able
was
to
talking
find
about
them
earlier.
because when they got arrested, they had my sister's
Oh,
Smith
okay.
and Wesson
Gotcha.
on them, and it's Tiffany blue. So for a bunch of gang
idiots.
members to be having a baby blue gun, it gave them away, and the police were able to arrest them for all the charges, and soon we'll be getting our gun back when it's out of evidence.
You know, Gail was talking about how, and so was, you know, other panelists. We live in the nation's capital where guns are outlawed. Every criminal has a gun. It's just law-abiding citizens who want to protect themselves, their property, or their kids.
Exactly.
You're going to go to prison if you're found with a gun on you. It's just insane.
Not if I take them all first.
Wayne's going to take them first.
Legal
But-
or not, people are going to have guns, so you might as well be able to defend yourself when someone comes to you with one.
It's true.
I'm hungry.
Me too.
Seriously, I am.
There's not much food here. Everything's sold out.
They have a vegan wrap. Do you want one? I'll go get you one. I love those things. Wayne, you don't know what you're missing. That's it.
No, I'm trying to. Vegan.
Let's
Vegan
tell
wrap.
them what Maggie did at the restaurant last night.
Oh!
No.
Look.
Here we go.
Oh! Ladies and gentlemen.
Here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen on
Gil.
RSBN, let me tell you something.
About to get lit.
Let me tell you something. I have a new best friend in the whole
Lord.
freaking world.
I love this.
The name is Maggie.
There we go.
And let me tell you something. She might not shoot that AK like that picture. But she took over that
She
restaurant
looks
last
good
night.
when she's doing it.
She
She's
took
pretending.
over that restaurant last night. As a matter of fact, not only did she take over the restaurant, man, she rocked.
Okay.
She rocked. She would leave the table, come back with utensils. She left the table.
Every time she left, she
came
brought
back with a
something
plate.
for
Our
someone.
plates. Left the table. Came back with the manager. I don't know what door. I don't know what door she was going through. Manager said, "We've decided to give you your food free."
And it was a nice dinner.
It was if you. Liz got
No,
the
it wasn't.
tuna.
That was the
I didn't
nastiest
see what-
dinner.
I did not see what Wayne ordered,
It was.
but I know it was. He sent some of it back. That's the only thing I saw.
Yeah, he was
I
not
sent like
pleased.
3/4 of
It was a
but-
pizza that looked like cardboard.
Oh,
Yeah,
gross.
thank you. The Liz,
I
look,
got your
and
back.
and Liz was like, "Are you a picky eater?" I'm like, look at me. No, I'm not picky. But that thing was nasty,
That thing was
It didn't look good.
and I was so hungry too. We were so hungry last night, and Liz. Look, Liz is my new best friend too, because Liz put that tuna away, boy. Put that tuna away.
And the tacos.
And the time, look, I was like, bro.
I was starving. I hadn't eaten since before I got on my flight to DC. So, I don't even need an excuse. This girl loves to eat.
Did you notice in our comments somebody goes, "Is Margaret pregnant?" No, folks. Anybody listening?
Are you kidding? Someone said that.
No, I am not. I meant to address this earlier. I'm just bigger than I was.
No, you're so small. That infuriates me. That's like the people that were picking on Lady Gaga this
It
week.
was just, I got an "is she pregnant" comment on. We shot a video.
If it
when we
says
got
"is she
here.
pregnant," it's probably asking about me.
Congratulations, good for her. No, you little dude, I am not. But
What?
I have not been blessed yet.
What she really meant to say was "ho skank." That's right. Look, I don't hold back. I mean, I'm like what Margaret was last night. Because Margaret was slapping people all up and down, boy. Look. That was legendary, though.
Oh, gosh.
It was legendary.
Terrible.
What you did is legendary.
Okay.
That's going to be remembered.
So we should give a shout out to what was the name? Cadillac Ranch, because their manager came up and they were extremely pleasant. He was so nice.
If Margaret wouldn't have did what she did last night, we were never going back to Cadillac Ranch. Margaret changed everything.
Right.
I mean, when I say she brought the manager out, the manager was shaking actually when he came out, but he apologized.
Our audience is going to be scared of me. Please do. Between the gun and you saying she looks mild, but there's a super girl in there. There's a super girl in there. There's a cape that she got on.
And it's so cute here. She's like got her head down. She's a little embarrassed.
Oh, yeah.
That's so cute.
After this show, she's going to choke the living hell out of me. We're like, wait, come here.
Let me tell you something. You will be done.
Tomorrow I'll be like, hey.
That's sweet.
Yeah. But no, ladies and gentlemen, we're at CPAC 2017. Got Liz Willis. We got Margaret Howell. We got Dan Adams. Hutch Bailey Jr. is probably going out smoking.
Oh. If you don't see Hutch, that's where he's at.
Yeah.
Bathroom smoking.
I got to get my Marlboro in.
Maggie, here at RSBN, we are so happy to have you on board.
It's
what is
an
it
honor.
like?
Oh my
Tell
gosh.
us what your first week has been
Well,
like.
Wayne and I, we were talking off camera. He was watching an RT video. So my past was jumping in the freaking water.
Oh my God!
Yeah,
I've got to check that out. You've got to
It's
check
terrible.
that out.
I've written them a few times to get them to take it off the internet. They won't
Really?
do it. So now I've decided to embrace it and just talk about it because
it's cool.
The things that
it was
people
cold,
do,
but it was cool.
And I don't drink. I had a glass of wine last night at dinner. I had to throw back a few shots just to get in there because I was so afraid. Right when you get in the water, they're like, "Okay, you got to get out immediately, or you're under your arms and your groin will start to rot because it's so cold. You got to hold it all apart."
Where is this?
In the middle of Russia,
Siberia.
somewhere like that. Yes.
Yeah. It looked cold.
But
Why did you do that?
I'll do anything for a story. I want to live as
Just-
many stories
just
as I
to
can
say you
live.
jumped in the water?
I'll do it.
Look
no.
at you, girl.
I'm like, if there's a story out there, we're covering it. I'm like, I should be doing that too. This is ridiculous.
Somebody in the chat room said, "Stop picking on her, Wayne."
No.
Believe me, I'm not picking on her. I won't do that.
Wayne's going to take me shooting. No,
That's right.
It'll be all good.
That's right.
And we're going to.
It's so good to see the chat room here. I see Pam C.
Hey,
Joanne.
Pam. How you doing,
If you have
Pam?
questions you'd like to ask, shoot them. We are reading off Wayne's computer, and we love to talk to y'all.
Back to your question, I found Right Side Broadcasting, and I reached out to you guys. I was employed at another place, and I watch it.
For the record, she reached out to RSBN.
I did, and
not the other way around.
And I said, "Would you guys please hire me?"
It was the global elite that took her away.
Right. It was totally on me, and I watched your live stream in your office. So I'd watch what you guys were doing in there, and I'm like, I wonder if they would hire me. And I'm just glad that you guys did because this is it's awesome.
Well, we
get to
really
talk
needed
politics.
someone in D.C., and it's selfish of me, but I wish you were in Auburn. I'd love to have you in the office.
That was my first time in Alabama. I went to the Huntsville Space Center when I was like 9. I love Alabama.
You need to come back so I can show you around.
Those are
It
the
was so
sweetest
fast.
people I have ever met.
Well, I know this.
It's good folk.
Since Mag is in D.C., I can start coming up here a little bit more and hanging out.
Right. Well, you're
I won't
always
be by
welcome.
myself.
Door's always open. I'm always by myself. I eat dinner every night alone. It's awful.
I hate that.
That's crazy. Really?
Every
You know why, don't you?
alone.
Because you are a
of that
terror.
gun.
Yeah. No. You are a terror in the restaurant.
We need to get Maggie be a boyfriend. So if there are any eligible bachelors out there in the
That's
Washington,
right.
D.C. area,
That's right.
let's get her a boyfriend. You can send me resumes, and I will go through them.
I love you,
Yeah.
Liz.
And,
I love you too, Wayne. But
and-
that is really
I'm here for you,
appreciated.
girl.
Mag got a big brother right here.
Man,
Got a
And
little sister.
I ain't gonna let you just. She
keep eating alone for the next 5,
can't
10
have that.
years.
Can't have that.
Maybe
can't
a
have
dog. Are you an animal person?
I'm a baby person.
She wants a baby.
I want a baby. A dog. It's like you got to go down and pick up the poop, and you lose me at picking
well,
up the
have
poop.
you changed a diaper?
Yes.
One of them
I
is
ain't
a little
gonna
more
say
invasive than the other. You got to wipe some crevices.
I ain't gonna say them Ted Cruz in the next place.
Oh, Ted Cruz is sitting to our right. I
Yeah.
couldn't figure out what everybody was
Oh,
looking
me
at.
either.
That's what they're looking at. We're going to pull him over?
Wow, look at all these people that
Pull
are
him
lined
over,
up to
Wayne.
see us. This is
We
great.
tried. We can try. Oh,
Yeah.
Mag.
I'd love to.
Mag.
It'd be my pleasure. I might tap him on the shoulder while he's interviewing.
Give him a kiss.
You know, he might not appreciate that. He might charge me with harassment, but
You say you'd do anything for a news story, right?
that's right, I will. Excuse me, I'll be right back.
I think she's serious.
I am
Here she
serious.
goes again. Y'all, Maggie doesn't leave and come back by herself or without
No, right.
anything. That's
Hey,
what we
believe me.
realized.
Like we said.
Or should we give him a few minutes to stop smoking?
Yeah.
Once he's... Oh, there's Water's World.
When
He's like...
when Maggie leaves, when she comes back, she brings something back. No matter what it is, she will bring something back. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, you tune into the Wayne Dupree Show here on the Right Side Broadcasting Network. We have a joint venture here, and yes, we are looking at some of the people in the somebody called it the Liz Willis dating service.
Yes. I'm a communicator, y'all.
There we go.
So Jesse Waters is right in front of us, and we are watching him, and Ted Cruz is right next to us, and this is just what CPAC is all about. They are everywhere.
One of these days, we're gonna have this set up right here that Conservative Review has right here.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. It's coming, ladies
We're
and
getting
gentlemen. It's
there.
coming.
We're getting
I mean, because honestly, we could have had something like that here because I got those lights at home, and we got a camera, so
cameras.
we could have faked the funk a little bit.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, we could have put 2 cameras up. We could have had 2 cameras up. But the connection, again, is terrible.
Yes.
However, now it's not doing bad. I was monitoring it outside, so it's
Oh, she is. Maggie is with Jesse Waters. I sent her over to find him, and I'm so jealous. I
Look
just
at
watched
that.
them get a photo.
Look at that.
So she'll be posting that to Twitter.
Is she bringing them over?
No, but she got a photo. I'm jealous.
It's groupie land, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, look, my first.
This used to be exciting.
Yeah, my first couple of years, it was like photo. After that, cut all that photo stuff out. I cut all that photo stuff out. I'm like,
It's at the point now. If I got my camera ready,
like-
and I snap it, I got it. If not, oh well.
yeah. It's like, wait a minute, hold on. Do I want to take a picture with you every year?
Right. That never
Nostalgic, nostalgia. Look.
Okay, y'all. I had to leave. I had to get a selfie with Jesse Waters.
She left her post.
Yeah, I think he's hilarious, and that's the type of people I watch. Just someone who's a little younger, kind of entertaining.
Collar pop.
He's got a great sense of humor too. So, and he said he loved my outfit, which is an RSBN polo. So the quickest thing I could think of to say back was "I love you." I don't know if that was a little forward. Maggie's upset because she did not get the outfit compliment, but
Friends.
it's fine.
Well, I mean, you should have showed that AK-47 picture. You get
Yeah.
it. Franz Hopper says, "Where is CPAC?" CPAC is in Washington D.C. Oh, we're out on the outskirts of Washington D.C. It's like right around where the Nationals baseball park is, and this place has been here like for the last 10 years, I think, maybe even less.
Is it like
Even less.
the actual specific name? Every time I geo tag anything, it's Oxon Hill, Maryland.
Oxon Hill, Maryland. Yep. And we are not that far away from Virginia, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, it's just
Virginia's
hop,
like
skip, and a jump.
hop, skip, and a jump. Do they say hop, skip, and a jump in Alabama?
Yeah.
Okay.
We say just about everything. Just with a couple extra
Just about
syllables added.
everything.
We add a couple extra syllables to each word.
I'm fixing to make groceries.
Fixing to make me a sandwich.
There we go.
There you go.
But it's actually with a T, not with an X. So I'm fitting.
Well, what I think is funny is there's no like fishing or hunting. It's fishing or hunting.
Oh, yeah.
There's
man.
no G.
Yes.
That's just, might as well be.
Give him out beer. Woman, we gon' fishing. We gon' fishing. And when I get back, I want my dinner ready.
Hey, believe me, I have hung around a lot of people in the South. I know how to mimic them. I know how to mimic them up and down, ladies and gentlemen. Just like I know how to mimic our essays a little bit. Me and Hutch had a good time with that, didn't we, Hutch?
See?
Is that Gary Oldman right there in the black? Gary Oldman? Oh, with the glasses on, is that Gary Oldman?
Oh,
Oldman. Gary Oldman? The actor?
No, that's not him.
Sorry. I don't have my
I'm
glasses.
looking at him like
you're
he don't
gonna
look
see.
nothing like Gary Oldman.
I know he don't. Yeah.
I thought he was talking about Oberman.
Oh, Keith?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, yeah, like he gonna be up in here.
Ladies and gentlemen, you have a make sure that you are donating to the Right Side Broadcasting Network, because again, the network. I mean, this cable internet sucks here at this place. Hutch stopping by your place, Wayne. Hutch is right here, Susan.
Hi, Susan. How are you?
Yeah.
Hutch is right here.
We're gonna go try to get Cruz. Wish us luck.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Let us know how that works out.
Yes.
Yeah. If you don't come back, well, RSBN will post bail for you.
But actually, like I was saying earlier,
If they get him,
I took a test drive.
wait, hold on, wait. Ladies and gentlemen, the people that are left here right now are the people that Ted Cruz walked over in Ohio.
Yes.
I'm going to go take
Ted
my
Cruz
CPAC.
walked over in Ohio.
Y'all remember that? I certainly do. It's fresh in the mind, like it just happened yesterday.
It was bad too.
Yeah, it was.
It was bad.
Yeah,
It was bad.
Yeah.
And but I didn't stop liking Ted Cruz at the time.
No.
You know, we got an interview
Oh,
with
I
him
remember that.
later.
Right. Subsequently after that.
You know.
That day was horrible, though.
Oh, yeah. Well, we got a lot of stories from Columbus.
Yeah,
That's for certain.
We do.
I got called a coke sucker by the protesters. Literally. I was out there, and they were there like clockwork, man. They busted them in.
Yes, indeed.
They were there by the thousands.
Yeah, they were.
12:01 noon, they were gone. Lunch break was over. They were back on the bus.
Yeah, bomb threats.
Yeah.
50 Ramadans.
Oh, yeah, all that.
All that good
All
stuff.
that. Now, you can see now this year, ladies and gentlemen, why people in D are so much into immigration. I mean, because, ladies and gentlemen, I spend a lot of time in front of the hotel.
Hutch was on that day, boy. Hutch Bailey Jr. was on that day. We're talking about the 50 Ramadan. Sorry about that.
But I got another one. That's what I'm trying to say here. You know, you got this immigration. Well, I came here and I spent a lot of time in front of the hotel. And there's like a real chain of command when you get in front of the hotel. And you got the doormen and you got the cab drivers. And there's like only certain vehicles are allowed in certain lanes. There's like 4 lanes. And then you got that special lane that's right in front where the limousines are. Mm-hmm. Well, I don't know how it happened, but the Somalians, I'm saying you got the Mogadishu chapter of the Teamsters Union up in charge of this transportation around here. And I seen a dude try to cut in front of one of those, like the next limo in line. He gets the next fare, no matter who else is there. The bell captain calls him. In some cities, I see them have a whistle. But that dude was laying for the next fare, and some dude cut in front of him. I thought there was going to be a war. I mean, he jumped out of that limo. Oh, he went nuts.
Yeah, and I remember when me and Hutch just happened to go outside just to get a glimpse of what was going on, and then we turn around, and we happen to see the person that I'm looking at right now, Wayne Dupree, in a heated exchange with the
outside?
yeah.
Yeah, I remember
that.
Yeah, I remember
You remember that?
Yeah.
See, I wasn't even.
I forgot that.
Yeah. See.
The vehicular movement was rather unbridled last night, and Wayne came in the hotel and went back out, and his vehicle was gone. Equipment and all.
Yes, it was.
And it was even better because it was a rental, and he didn't know what model it was. They asked him what model, make and model, and he said SUV. Well, damn, brother, can you give us a color or something? Something to go by?
That's what he's gonna remember. Yep, that's what he's gonna remember. Look, come to the hotel, ladies and gentlemen. Come to the hotel. Get out. Said, listen, I'll be back. Don't move the truck. I'll be back. I'm just going to check in, and I got to get my stuff out of the car because that stuff is going over to the garbage place. I'll be back. I came in there. I went back. I went in there, got my stuff, came back. The car was gone. The car was gone. And not only was the car gone.
What did he do? Announce for 2020 or what?
Who knows?
Maybe he retired. Maybe S.A. Glues retired.
Maybe he said something about the Castro brothers.
Maybe. Hey, Ted Cruz, come over here. Okay, I was on play. Did you hear me? Okay, all right.
Even if you did.
No, I was playing with S.A.
Even if you did. Really?
Yeah, I know, right?
Come on now.
But he doesn't talk Mexican. Is it Ruby you said?
Yeah.
It's all fun and games.
Isn't that what Rubio said?
Come on
It's
now.
all fun and games until everybody loses.
You can't take a joke, man. That's on you.
That'd be the
Look
coup
at
of
the
the day.
groupies, man. Look
That'd
at
be
the groupies.
that'd be the coup of the day. Because if he turns around, Maggie is definitely good. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to give you play-by-play right here.
This might work.
Maggie's breathing a little bit hard right now. She's biting her lip. As a matter of fact, she's even
Liz is
gotten a half
jealous because
smile.
she's behind her.
And
she's going in for
right,
a kill.
Right there.
And she got
right
cruised.
There, right
She
there.
got cruised.
He went the opposite
got
way.
cruised.
She reaches through, and Maggie is now. She is running the corner. She's running the corner.
She's halfway there, ladies and gentlemen.
She's pushing through.
She's neck and neck.
Maggie is pushing through, ladies and gentlemen. She is.
Oh, she just knocked that old lady down.
She just. Oh my God! Pick the old lady back up.
Oh, at least give her a purse.
Pick the old lady. Well, actually, just trample the old lady. Just trample the old lady.
And the crowd closes in, ladies and gentlemen.
Ellie Mae. That's my girl. Yeah, Ellie Mae. So, where is that redhead at? Okay, so
she's down the precinct, I think.
Yeah, she's still there. She's still there.
There she goes.
Here she comes back. She looks dejected.
Disappointed look on her face.
She got cruised.
Of course.
Ladies and gentlemen.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen.
That's what we saw last night.
Did you guys talk about that already?
Yeah.
I
fire started.
You know, if I'd have known that was going to happen, I'd ordered the crab cakes.
That's all right. That's why he lost. That's why he lost.
It was that one interview in Columbus, Ohio.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mags. You okay, Mags?
Before she even gets on, she's sighing like,
yeah.
Y'all, I apologize for that. I have a little bit of a temper. It comes out occasionally, passes quickly.
No.
I told you that manager was shaking last night.
Especially when it comes to silverware.
Maybe it is my hair. I don't know what it is. I did not. For those of you who heard me, I'm sure that lady's wonderful. Didn't mean a word of it. You know, we are the network that's coming up. Honestly, we'd be doing him a favor.
Yeah, I know. You're right. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. You can write it on your Twitter and write it on your Facebook. Ted Cruz's representative said no to Right Side Broadcasting Network. Share it. And I mean it. I ain't playing. I play, look, dirty pool, baby. Dirty pool.
Dirty pool.
Dirty pool. I'm not playing.
Is he still standing over there or what?
Snapping selfies. I thought he had to go. She said, sorry. No.
You got time for selfies.
Tyler. His name was Tyler. Rick Tyler, I think, was the one that was in charge of him in Ohio.
Oh, yeah.
No,
we can't possibly do you. We're going to do everybody else in a row.
They had 8 booths, and we were number 2.
This is the second time you got snubbed? We got snubbed?
We were number 2.
We weren't even with RSBN.
No.
What is wrong with
But
him?
it was us 3, though.
Yeah.
And there were 8 booths of radio.
Right.
And we were live streaming. As a matter of fact, we had a lot of people on.
And we were telling him he was coming on because protocol would have said he was going to
We were number 2. He spent time over number 1 just like he did right here.
Hopped right over us.
And he went right by us to the thing.
Number 3?
Yeah. No, to number 4, actually, because number 3 was gone. So it...
Yep, and then he
just kept on going
all the
and
way
stayed
down
with them for a while, too.
Yeah, it wasn't like a quick 2-3 minutes.
This was at the end of the broadcast day, and the dude that was in charge of the equipment was on us to give it back to him, and we were holding him off. No,
right.
We came here to hear this guy. And so he let us keep it for an extra half hour, extra 45 minutes.
You went there
Thanks to that
air
guy.
cruise and you got snubbed.
We did.
Well, you know what? That speaks volumes about 2016 and what happened. You got to be
That's what I said.
predictable.
That's what I
very
said.
much.
That's where he lost.
Among other things.
What did it cost Maggie?
Yes, among other things.
And I really don't give a good goddamn either. I really don't.
I
really
either.
don't. You know why? Because the person's in... I don't care if y'all in the... I mean, I don't think there are many Ted Cruz fans in the chat room right now, but I'll say it like this. Ted Cruz. S.A.
Well, I guess I can only speak for
5
myself.
minutes.
I was hot at that time.
5 minutes.
I was upset. It took a good, I don't know, half hour, 45 minutes for me to calm down after that.
Because it was unexpected.
Yeah.
I was shocked. And this is a venue. That was the Defending the Dream.
Yeah.
And we're there, and you can feel the electricity when this guy came in the room.
Right, exactly.
Liz is trying now.
All kind of other people were getting interviews, but they didn't elicit that much reaction. But when he came in, you could tell he came in.
Right. And the thing is, Hutch, remember when they originally said he wasn't going to do radio?
Right.
He wasn't going to do it.
And all of a sudden, Liz gets the hug, but is she getting Cruz?
No. Liz, you know she... Did you took the picture. Liz, I love her. I do. I really do. Huh? No. No, it's too late now.
Nah.
It's too late. He's done.
We are hungry and running low. I'm going to go get you a vegan wrap. You can have half of mine.
Don't you
You'll
come
love
back.
it.
You better come back here with
You'll
some
love
meat.
it. No,
meat.
You won't even believe how good it is.
Actually.
Yeah, right here. Meat.
Some meat.
Meat.
I'm talking about straight off the spigot.
I'm going to get out of your chair. I love being with y'all. This is fun. You'll love it.
Meat
Wayne.
straight
I'll
off
be
the
right
spigot.
Let them sit right here.
Get that rotisserie. Just
Yeah.
Not only did he turn us down,
You definitely can't.
he didn't just turn us down.
They're both here, both of them.
He's rolling his whole.
So they need 2 seats.
Right there. Right.
of course.
He's rolling his whole operation right in front of our booth.
That's how they do.
We got the shade. We couldn't get the interview, but we got the shade.
We got a whole lot of shade from a loser. He did lose.
Yeah, he did.
You know what?
Might lose again.
He lost
Might lose
because
in Texas.
he don't know how to play in the streets. Do you have another one?
Matt, can you give him another one?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, getting back to our coverage of CPAC 2017. Here
And ladies and gentlemen, do not forget, tweet that out. Tweet it out. Hashtag CPAC 2017. All right. Here we go. Coming to us right now are Steve Malloy and Craig Richardson of the Energy and Environment Legal Institute. Hello. How are both of you? And Steve.
I'm Craig.
Craig and then
Steve.
Steve.
Yeah.
Okay. Craig and Steve. All right. So, Craig, tell me about the Energy and Environment Legal Institute.
Sure. We are. Our short name is E&E Legal. We are a watchdog group based, what I say, behind enemy lines here in Washington, D.C. We've got a FOIA, very active Freedom of Information Act practice where we've used FOIAs to expose collusion, et cetera, that's going on predominantly at the Environmental Protection Agency. We also have smart guys like Steve to my left, who's done a lot of work in the area of junk science and the underlying science they use to put forth these regulations. And then we do some investigatory work as well in terms of following the money and what the real game is behind the effort.
So, Steve, how long have you been with this institute, and what is your role in it?
Well, I've known these guys a long time. I'm a senior legal fellow there. I'm best known for my website, junkscience.com, and I work on exposing bad science used to advance the agendas. And when you get to the EPA, which is my real specialty, the political and regulatory agendas behind EPA.
Like the global warming crap.
Like the global warming, exactly.
It's climate change now. Sorry, it's climate
change. That's right, yeah.
Let's talk
winter,
about that.
spring, summer, and fall. That's basically what they're talking about.
It changes 4 times a year.
Yeah, exactly.
Scott Pruitt was just installed as the new chairman of the EPA. What's wrong with the EPA right now, and what can we expect out of Scott Pruitt to try to get to the bottom of this? And I'd like to see it vastly reduced, but your thoughts?
I'll start, and then I'll kick it over to Steve, who's done a lot of work behind the scenes on this. We have a sister, it's called a C4 organization, that worked behind the scenes to try to get Attorney General Pruitt nominated. Unfortunately, unlike previous presidents, this was a real challenge. The left has nothing left. They don't have the House, the Senate, or a presidency, so they use whatever political charades they could slow walk. First of all, what you got to remember about Attorney General Pruitt is he comes from one of the states. He's Attorney General in a state, which is very important, in an energy-producing state. So he understands the overreach that has occurred outside of the statute that set up the EPA. So he understands, generally, the Washington's role was supposed to be more advisory. Each state had its own environmental enforcement, and it's been completely turned on its head by this last administration. So I think, first and foremost, you're going to see a recognition that the states have that right, and that he, as a guy who comes in from a state, is going to be able to do that.
This weather thing with any common sense thinker would say they're making money off of winter, spring, summer, fall.
Absolutely.
Yes, the climate does change. Yes, it warms up and then it gets cold. They're teaching this stuff to our kids. I'm fighting with my 13-year-old now. I'm fighting literally. I put her in a headlock. She's telling me, there is global change. Yeah, I know. That's why you're wearing a coat right now. And it's global warming, right? It's on the other side of the planet. Well, then, is that, it's destroying our kids in school. And if we don't do a major switch, these kids are going to grow up with that type of thinking, and it's going to be really hard to bring them back, don't you think?
Yeah, look, for the last 2 generations, conservatives and Republicans have let the left run roughshod over schools. Kids are being brainwashed every day about climate and about other things in U.S. history. It's terrible. Donald Trump is the first president we've had in a long time, probably ever, actually, that is on to the EPA and its games. And he was the only candidate during the campaign season who promised repeatedly to rein in the EPA and the global warming alarm movement. And I was on the EPA transition team for President Trump, so I know what's in store for EPA. It's fantastic that Administrator Pruitt was confirmed last week. He spent 8 years suing the pants off EPA as Oklahoma Attorney General. He knows what the problems are, and he's going to rein that agency in just like President Trump wants.
Can you share some of the details of that, or is that confidential?
Well, I can't go into the details, but I can tell you we've already seen some of it. The President has announced the end of the Obama Clean Power Plan, which was the EPA global warming rules. That's going to be history. A lot of other EPA rules are going to be history. I'm not sure exactly what's going to happen with the Paris Climate Treaty. That is something I think we should just pull out of the whole United Nations climate charade, circus, whatever you want to call it. He may decide just to pull out of the Paris Treaty. I don't know. We're going to have to see. But today I know a petition was delivered to the president that has signatures of 300 U.S. scientists advocating that we pull out of the UN climate circus. And so I hope the president takes that advice.
You could actually stop that right after UN. You wouldn't even have to talk about this climate circus.
Right, just defund the UN, right?
Right. There you go. That's
Give
an idea.
the land back to the Rockefellers. Right?
Earlier, we had a guest on who was deeply into the railroad industry. Do you guys have any contacts or acquaintances in industry that is getting excited over the potential that they might be able to exploit our energy resources here at home and actually develop some type of new manufacturing or industrial operations right here in the United States?
Well, I mean, I think all energy industries are excited by the Trump administration. If you're a coal miner, President Trump is going to end the war on coal. If you're a natural gas driller, well, President Trump is going to open up the export terminal so we can export all this glut of gas we have and sell it to a gas-hungry world where you get really high prices like in Japan and Europe. Railroads. Railroads used to haul a lot of coal, then they started hauling a lot of oil. Now they can haul a lot of both. I mean, they're operating sort of at gridlock almost, or will be operating at gridlock, so we're going to need to expand that.
And I guess one of the first transfers of wealth, I'm from Pittsburgh, so one of the first transfers of wealth in our age was the transfer of steel manufacturing and other manufacturing from the west to the east. And I think there's a lot of people that feel it's a fact that manufacturing migrates to low energy, low cost energy. So this is something that I know it's not in your purview, but it's something that I'm very excited about. And maybe we can start making things again.
Well, he said that about the pipeline, that was going to be not only was going to be opening up that energy source, but it was going to be U.S. steel that was going to be underlying.
Right. Craig, you have a book out, Red Tape in America. What's that about?
That's going back. Actually, that came out in the 1993. So they've just shown you how old I am. Interesting. That was actually before the last, two revolutions ago we had in 1994 with the overregulation, and then that Newt Gingrich and the class came into Congress with a 100-day agenda and all the things that they were going to change. And we did a book at that time just showing all the silly regulations that were going on. Sadly, that revolution sort of got swallowed up, and we're back at it again 20 years later. So.
Well, I know those regulations. I know President Trump is talking about cutting a lot of those regulations now on a lot of businesses, and I mean, it's something. It's something that a lot of us on the ground and be like, you know what, just give us a chance to do what we need to do. But a lot of us have been hamstrung, especially in the energy department type of thing. There are so many different types of new ways for energy, but you just had the wrong people in office saying, nope, we're going to do it our way, or we're going to do it our liberal way, and we aren't going to listen to what Craig and Steve have to say. So how do y'all feel about that?
Well, there's nothing that fails like central planning. I mean, we've tried central planning. It is the biggest failure of the 20th century, right? So there's no point in experimenting with it going forward. I mean, a good example of how central planning fails, in Europe, there was this big push for diesel engines in cars because they thought it was going to reduce CO2 emissions.
Yeah,
well, of course,
remember the rabbit?
right. Of course, so they reduced the CO2 emissions, but they increased the NOx emissions, nitrous oxides, and they have all these terrible air pollution problems in Europe. I've seen pictures of Paris and London. It's terrible because central planning is just a failure always.
Yeah, let's not even talk about Shanghai. But you also have a book, Steve, Scare Pollution, Why and How to Fix the EPA.
Yeah, that's my new book. It's just out, Scare Pollution, Why and How to Fix the EPA, and it's basically a story of scientific fraud at EPA. How EPA says that 1 in 4 deaths in the U.S. is caused by air pollution, like blue sky, wow. Deadly. And so my book is the expose of that. It's got original scientific research, some sleuthing. I discovered that EPA was doing illegal human experiments with air pollution. They have in the University of North Carolina, they have a gas chamber into which they would pump diesel fumes from an idling diesel engine and expose old people with diabetes, heart disease to diesel exhaust, hoping to hurt them to justify their...
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are talking with Craig Richardson and Steve Malloy here on here at CPAC 2017. See, y'all didn't even know y'all were on camera, did you?
No, I would have maybe done my hair differently or something.
How can people reach out to you on social media?
Well, our website is eelegal.org, and our handle is @eelegal.
All right, so
Steve's got.
You can get me at Junk Science on Twitter.
Junk Science, there we go. All right, so we're going to have you back on the show for a longer talk. Y'all can probably take some calls from people in the chat room and different things like that. Okay? Hey, thank you for your time.
Great, thanks for having us.
Thanks
I appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Ladies and
Keep up
gentlemen.
the good fight.
That's right. That's right. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, we're getting ready to... we're getting ready to roll out. It's almost 2 o'clock. Thank you.
Well, we hope the video straightened out. It seemed like it did. Maybe we're just had a hiccup. Thank you. All right. Got to see Mona again. Didn't see her for a while.
Yeah, what happened with her?
She's watching the...
Going again?
Yeah, she's back on the milk carton, ladies and gentlemen.
That's crazy. Crazy. Yeah, that whole...
Hope everybody enjoyed the show. I got to go home. WPXI got me.
Oh, Hutch, I'm telling you, he fooled me really good. Because he comes up to him, he's like, "Can I get any one of those two guys to come up and make a comment on this? Blah 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 blah." I'm for Cox Media. I'm like, okay, Cox Media didn't hit my head. Cox Media, okay, all right, okay. But then when he came over and was like, "Yeah, I want WPXI," I was like, "Oh,
Channel 11 in the house."
Yep.
Well, I'll tell you what. I told it like it is. I called out Travaglia and that other dude, Lesko. that really happened, man, when I was 18. I can't believe they're still in prison. That guy comes over here talking about death penalty. There's no death penalty.
No.
Not in Pennsylvania.
No,
sir.
believe that?
No, sir.
Not in Pennsylvania.
You don't come over here saying he was a Republican and that he was against the death penalty. He ain't no Republican.
No.
Well, I mean, look, okay. I mean, I don't know if that sounded too bad.
Y'all.
There's a dog sniffer.
I love that dog. It's a great
There's
dog.
another one.
That was a little frisky.
Sir, I don't think you should be holding a dog like that.
They're smelling something. I'm out.
Yeah.
I don't think you should be holding a dog like that, though, because German Shepherds and us don't get along.
All right.
Hey.
Is that
He's
a veggie
doing
wrap?
his job.
It's turkey. They didn't have the veggie.
No, go ahead. All right.
Ain't no time for no vegan. No.
So, basically what happened is y'all rolled out here and y'all ain't bring nothing back.
Oh,
I'm famished.
Yes.
I can use that, right?
Yeah, you can.
I'm famished. I'm parched. We're going to stay here till somebody move us.
To be honest, I don't even think anybody's after us.
I'm looking. I don't see nobody yet.
If someone was...
They'd be hovering.
Yeah, they'd be hovering.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And we can always go to the default. Oh, you here? We didn't know.
Right.
Exactly. Oh, 21. I thought this was 23. My bad.
Yeah, somebody changed it on us, man. Somebody changed it.
Yeah, but I don't... I'm not seeing it.
Lord. See?
Uh-oh.
No, it's just...
Uh-oh.
When you broadcasting, why do you want acknowledgement when you see somebody working?
I know. It's like...
Why do you have to do that?
Yeah, we ain't got these headphones on for nothing.
And then if we don't respond...
They want to make you feel like you're going to feel bad or something.
Yeah. It's like, if I don't respond, you got an attitude. No, dude, we working.
Yeah, I don't get that at all.
Don't give me the peace sign. Give me the do what you're doing, brother, and keep on going.
I'll BRB.
Seriously. Like, come on now. That's just proper etiquette.
Good thing.
People coming on here reaching across the table.
Right, give me
to
your cards.
shake your hand, and you live. You live radio.
Live radio.
Live video.
Live video.
And they just come reach
there's
across
a
the
third
table.
dog.
Hey,
Reaching over. How you doing? What's up, Pounded? Here's my card. You got any time for us?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the fourth dog.
That's the fourth dog. What's up, Chief?
That's not. I think we're in
Five.
the same spot.
There's
I'm
five,
with Hutch.
six.
I'm gonna be out.
Bro, we got a whole kennel coming in here.
Oh, they're doing the
Yeah,
sweet. They're just doing the sweet.
I know.
My mother-in-law, she would be in her glory seeing these German Shepherds walk up and down this hall. She loves German Shepherds.
Malnutrition, though, man.
No. They breed them to be that size.
Right?
Yeah.
Because when I think German Shepherd, I think Rin Tin Tin.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They need to.
When I think German Shepherd,
size.
I think of the 1960s.
Because a big German Shepherd can't do the stuff that those dogs do. So
you sound like you know what you're talking about.
They're right in Penn Hills. The Penn Hills Police Department, 3-4 blocks down from where I live. They have the training center for their dogs. So I've been down there. I know
they all look like that.
All look like that.
Gotcha.
Yep. Yeah, because that was like one of the first questions I asked was like, why are they so slim? Why are they skinny? No, they have to be a certain weight, length, and everything. Basically, you got to be within a realm, and because of that activity that they do. So.
Angela Ray in the chat room says, Wayne, you need a little red light that says live on it, and it is lit when you're live. No.
We know we're live. That's just who we are.
Well, wait a minute. If she's checking us out and she sees us and hears us, then she knows that we're live, right?
You got people.
I'm just asking the question.
We're all looking at each other. Talking to each other.
Right,
we're having a conversation.
My ears aren't cold.
At the table with our earphones on.
My ears aren't
cold. I was just that question kind of went over me, but oh well.
Hey, how you doing? Remember me? I unfollowed you last year.
or this one. So we're talking about global warming. Hey, can y'all take that?
Yeah, pretty much. Yep. Etiquette, ladies and gentlemen. Etiquette.
Yeah, that's good. The girl, let's see. Angela said the girls brought them lunch. No, they didn't.
No, they didn't.
Here, listen.
No, they didn't.
Listen to this. Listen.
That's the creaky door in Hutch's stomach right now. That's the creaky door in Hutch's stomach right now.
Would you like a turkey wrap?
No, thank you.
I can't give it away.
We're just kidding, man.
Yeah, we're
a steak hoagie around here. We're talking
give it away.
Now, I mean, if it was a T-bone, I'd take it away from you. It was straight up T-bone, New York strip, Salisbury. I don't care.
About that over here.
Chopped liver.
Sizzling?
Well, no, not chopped liver. I hate liver.
Then,
I hate sizzling. I hate liver. But
did you have a food when you were growing up that you were scared of?
Liver.
Yes, liver.
See, mine was
same here.
Mine was tuna fish and noodles.
Mama,
you could smell that. I'd be up on the third floor.
I like tuna fish.
Oh no, that used to scare me. I still have nightmares.
But see, my mom thought she was being funny by it. She fixed steak. She fixed liver. It looked like a steak.
Right.
It looked like a steak.
Looked like steak.
That texture, like steak.
My dad used to say, "Yeah, it's a steak."
Yeah.
Really?
Until you bite into that.
Yeah.
That's a fuel filter, man.
You put all those onions on top with that gravy.
Yeah.
It looked like steak. But
as soon as you bite,
it's too soft. It's too soft.
And it's the same color all the way through.
All the way through.
Yep.
And it got that aftertaste.
I hate liver.
Now,
yes. Ladies and gentlemen, somebody said, "Are we doing a show tonight?" Yes, we are doing a show tonight at 9 o'clock.
9 o'clock.
9 o'clock. And Margaret's going to be here.
PM Eastern Standard Time.
Margaret's going to be here, and Liz is going to be here.
We taking calls?
We'll take some calls. We'll take some calls tonight.
Y'all better be sweet to me if you're calling in.
You hear that? You hear that? You better be sweet. We're going to bring some food and just chow down for about an hour right here at the table, and it definitely won't be no vegan wraps.
What is that anyway?
I don't know.
It's vegetables, sauteed veggies. They put it in a whole wheat wrap.
Yeah, that stuff will kill you.
No.
I'd fall over dead of a heart attack.
Yeah, it's like
that stuff would block my cholesterol.
Yeah.
like all that stuff will stick to your cells, man.
Yeah.
The
past few years, I've had my cholesterol checked. It's been excellent.
Yeah.
I don't need none of that.
I take fish oil every night.
You take fish oil?
I don't need none of that.
Fish oil.
No, I can't do that.
So I see a spike in the results. I'm gonna continue to eat the way I eat. I could eat better, but
The lovely Miss Willis said it was very good for your eyes and your skin.
What, fish oil?
Fish oil.
It's good for your cholesterol too.
It's good for my stomach when it's cooked right.
It lubes everything. That's what happens.
So does baby oil.
But you can't eat it.
Some people do.
No, my lord.
Some people do. Some people just slap that stuff on there, don't
my
they?
goodness.
Baby oil, but then it all soaks in.
Mm-hmm.
So
the last time, this is my second time with Right Side where we're kind of going abroad. I was with Steve Lookner the last time, and he had this big bag of popcorn. He's probably listening to this. And Secret Service, they go through everybody's stuff, the security line. They took his popcorn out. I made the mistake of opening up that bag and taking out a little popcorn. Steve, if you're listening, you feel free to call in and defend yourself. I have never seen somebody so upset over opening up their popcorn in my life. I'm trying to say, uh-oh. I think we lost everybody.
We're back. Yeah, we're back.
Steve, if you're listening, I'm still on the hunt for some popcorn for you. I will say this crew has been really sweet about their food. Really sweet about their food. And I love that. It's been really nice.
So,
we share food around here.
Dawn in the chat room says vegan wrap equals burlap and fungus.
It does. Oh, good gracious. That's not true.
And Ralph, who is Ralph? Ralph says Wayne is funny and kind of cute.
Ralph Treatherman?
Wayne is really cute in person.
Oh, stop.
I mean, he really is really cute in person. That's true.
Ralph says, hey guys, has Margaret joined RSBN? Yes.
Yes.
Yes, she is with RSBN. Why isn't no one watching CPAC? Because we're on radio.
Took a break at 2.
Yeah. Oh, really? They took a break?
2 o'clock, they take a break. We're reconvening at 3, right? It starts back up again? 2 p.m. closing remarks. Yeah.
Jacqueline kind of joked to y'all. She said, selfish girls. She was only playing, though. She's only playing. There will be a show later tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to be right here on Radio Row. We're going to dial it up, and we're going to be talking to you, okay? We're going to take some phone calls. We can do that, right, Dan? You just pull up Skype on there, and it'll pull the audio from the thing?
Find out.
Yeah.
I think we're good.
Yeah, sit down, Liz. Liz Willis, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, yo, it's Liz Khalifa back in the studio. These things don't fit my head. Hold on.
Liz Khalifa. So, yeah. We will reconvene, a little bit before 9 o'clock. Kind of come on here and talk a little bit. Laugh. Believe me, there won't be that many people here, so we can be as loud as we want to be and go crazy and nuts.
Maggie, are you still at InfoWars?
I am not. So, like we were talking about before, I went to, and I've gotten so much crap online, folks, and I haven't responded to any of it, and I'm going to now because thank you for asking.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Let's set the record straight.
Nothing happened. Nobody was fired. Nobody's bad. I had wanted to be, out of InfoWars because I didn't want to live in Austin permanently, and it was a really great opportunity, and I'm grateful for it. I learned a lot about guerrilla-style media. But I will say that at my core, I am a news reporter. This is what I do. This is what I love. And I really wanted to get back to reporting politics in a way that would allow me to do hard news, which is why I'm here. So, yeah. But a lot of conspiracy theories floating around, and I was reading a couple of them in the Uber ride over here, and I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? No.
What are some of the conspiracy theories? I'm just curious.
Oh, goodness. Well, I will copy and paste a couple because they're mean.
They're mean.
People are mean online sometimes.
They are.
And they're mean in real life. It's like, what is this, second grade? You got something to say to
Cyberbullying doesn't
face.
stop no matter how old you are.
It doesn't. It really doesn't.
You got to punch him back in the mouth, though.
You know what? I might respond to a couple of those.
We can release a press statement.
We might need to do that, yes.
What happened? You need some help? You need some help?
From you, yes.
Okay, all right.
Oh, yes.
You got it. You got it.
I love it.
Let me know, because on the Wayne Dupree Show, we do real talk.
We do real talk.
And the reason why I take... Well, Ari... let's see.
Yeah, someone asked if we're actually in the same building as CPAC. We are.
Yeah, we are.
The conversations and the speeches are going on in the room next door to us. So we are prime location. Wayne did a good job. He set up this media row, radio row.
Yeah. We are in the first radio booth of the non-payers. I'll say that because everybody over there has paid. Mm-hmm. Everybody on my left side has paid to be here. Now everybody on the right side, and it goes all the way down there. You can't even see the end of the radio row. You can't even see it. But we were able to do this, and honestly, this is almost where we were last year. Mm-hmm. Almost.
Did you pay last year?
No.
He knows what to do.
Yes,
he knows how to get it done.
Yes, ma'am. See, the thing is too, and this is for some of you that might be starting out.
Secret Service is closing media row.
They're closing media row? No, they're not. Really? They're gonna have to move me. They're gonna have to move me, Hutch. Yeah, because I ain't going nowhere. Hell no, we won't go.
So apparently Secret Service wants media row out of here.
No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. We ain't going nowhere.
I'm looking at the schedule, and I'm assuming that is because I would say maybe Mike Pence is in the building. VP Mike Pence. He starts at 7.
Yeah.
What page is this? Thursday.
No. That's real. That's real.
It's got wires going everywhere. So Vice President Mike Pence will speak at 7:30 today in the Potomac Ballroom. That session actually begins at 7 and doors open at 5:30.
And I am looking at Liz's agenda right here, and usually everything happens all the big stuff happens in the Potomac Ballroom. And right now, I don't see anything in this agenda from 3 o'clock. Yeah, from 3:20. From 3:20 until 5. From 3:20 until 5:20, they have shut down the Potomac Ballroom. So it looks like we are going to have to roll out of here. And but we'll be back later tonight. Okay. So Wayne getting his Al Sharpton on. Secret Service closing radio. Yep, it looked like it. I mean, they had the dogs and stuff. They had a lot of dogs. I don't know what she's doing there, but she's been around our stuff back there. So, okay. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, we're getting ready to shut down for right now.
We are wrapping up. Thank you for listening. Right Side Broadcast Network is so excited to be here and to give you the news and the truth of what's going on at CPAC 2017.
Thank you all for having me. I've loved it. We will be back here broadcasting. In the meantime, Liz and I are going to hit the ground. I see my Governor Matt Bevin over there. We're going to catch him for Right Side.
And tell him that he was supposed to be on the Wayne Dupree Show.
Oh, my Lord. I will.
Yes.
Slap on the wrist.
He was supposed to be on the Wayne Dupree Show.
I will.
And that's how that's supposed to be. All right. Yeah. I had him down here at 125. So.
What do you have? Is it cut yet?
No, not yet.
You're still live.
Let's see. Brandon, go ahead. Drop us, man. All right.
Folks, media row is now closed. You head towards the exit, please.
So, hey, but check it. My brother, I just want to say hello.